Welcome back to Football No Filter, everyone. My name is Bruno Crack, and I am with two guys that are woof. Well, let's start with Nelson. Nelson, how are you, Nelson?
Come on, I'm feeling great. I'm the champ. You guys can say congratulations already if you want.
You're
If
the
you like,
champ. You won something already. What'd you win this week? This season?
we might actually win. Well, we got the touch of the league already, so we already won something as opposed to you
Okay.
guys.
Uh
But
huh.
uh, but by Monday, I think we're gonna be champs by Monday. I don't even think we need to play Tuesday. But like if you guys wanna wish me congratulations already, like I'm willing to take it.
I'm not wishing anybody anything until it's mathematically
Oh my
impossible.
God, you got to be kidding me.
Well, I mean that's just how things go. That's just how I am. And we also have George. George, how are you, George?
Dude, I'm in a storm over here.
Are you in a
The
storm?
dust the dust cloud is
Fuck.
coming. The dust cloud is coming. I'm protecting myself. All the
You better, man.
19 years worth of dust. I need to protect myself, or else I'm
Nine,
gonna.
it's gonna be bad, man. 19 years of a lot of dust.
19 years of dust.
Or
I need to protect myself. I need to protect my lungs. Already start a week in anesthesia, so my lungs don't get messed up.
but George, can you imagine the person that cleans the museum of their trophy case?
Oh, the museum. Oh my god.
Imagina.
I don't even know.
Well, let's
I
go
don't
right
even know
into
what's
it,
gonna
boys.
happen.
The week is not done. It's we're almost done. We're I think week 31. Moreirense 2, Nacional 2, Belenenses 1, Portimonense 0, Benfica and Porto 1-1, Farense 2, Guimarães 2, Marítimo 0, Gil Vicente 1, Braga and Paços Ferreira 1-1, Rio Ave 0, Sporting 2. Or was that, who was the referee of that game?
What you're gonna say? They got helped? Let me hear
Well,
this
we're going
one.
to
I
talk
know.
about it. We're going to talk
No,
about
we
it.
need
But
to talking about referees. I got a referee I need to talk about today.
we'll talk about the officiating in the Sporting in the Rio Ave. Well, who was the referee? I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we get robbed every game. We're just not good. So does it really make a difference?
All right. Well, let's start with that. We had Rio Ave with Kizek, Pinto, Borikovic, Santos, Amaral, Augusto, Guga, Geraldo, Coentrão, Brandão, and Gelson. For Sporting, it was Adan, Fedal, Coates, Inácio, Mateus Pereira, Palhinha, Mário, Santos, Mendes, Gonçalves, and Paulinho. Nelson, take us through this game. You know what? For a guy like myself that I didn't watch, go right ahead. Tell me about
Honestly,
the game.
there's not much to say about the game. It was a one-way street. Sporting dominated the game. That game could have been over at halftime. Could have been 4-0 at halftime.
Could have been, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was 1-0. I get it. But Rio Ave did nothing. They did nothing pretty much all game. I mean, there was. I mean, I don't think that game was ever in danger. I understand what you're saying. It was only 1-0 for a while until Paulinho finally scored a great goal. To me, he was the best player in the game. I think it was. I think he was selected best player of the match. Also,
You're lucky. Now you can sell him for 30 million.
what happened?
Now you can sell him for 30 million after that goal.
And like I said, Bruno, it was a one-way street, man. Like Sporting dominated that game from start to finish. I actually enjoyed the way they started the game. They finally came out trying to win the game from the beginning instead of just pacing around, waiting for that goal to come. They actually went after. And I mean, there's not much to say about the game. Like it was. I mean, I know you're not going to talk about the penalty. By law, it's a penalty. By law, it's a yes. Look up the law. By law, it's a penalty. But I don't like the law. I think the guy has no chance to put the arm anywhere else. But by law, it's a penalty. So I mean, there's no disputing that game. Sporting dominated the game from start to finish. That's the way I see it.
George,
All the sporting issues are coming out of the woodwork. It's almost like the ash.
I didn't even know there were some guys on my Facebook that I didn't even know that they were into soccer until this year.
The fuck?
Hey Bruno, Victor, you like my protector for all the dust coming out of
gonna need
Europe? It's
you're
coming
gonna-
this way. You guys got to be careful. Guys
Yeah,
got to
but
be careful now.
But I do advise Nelson to start stacking up on the Vaseline because when Champions League comes around, they're not going to get calls like they got against Rui for that penalty.
That Bruno. That's a penalty, Bruno. I mean, look, that's a penalty. The guy's arm is wide open.
Kepa, where's he going to put his arm? He's shielding the ball.
I just told you, I don't think it should be a penalty, but by law, it's a penalty. Like that's all I'm saying. Like that's all I'm saying.
Isn't that an 80s song? Arms wide open. Let me see if I can search it for Nelson. I think he's the karaoke guy. You should know about that song. Arms wide open.
I wrote a song too for today. I love it when you call me campeón.
It only took 19 years.
That doesn't rhyme, but it rhymes with your Milan.
Yeah, but Nelson, have you realized that it took Sporting longer to win the title than Columbus to find America?
I'm sorry, what was that? Hold on, let me log in.
I said it took you guys longer to win one campeonato in 19 years than Columbus find America.
Listen, and that just shows you what type of fans we are. Imagine
Look,
you guys.
Even Sporting is putting a mask on to protect himself from all the
I was going to say that.
Imagine any of your teams. Well, Porto did go 19 years without winning, but that was way back in the day before they had any fans.
Before Salazar.
All I'm saying is, if Benfica went 19 years without winning a title, they would have no fans. Porto would have no fans. And somehow Sporting fans still stick around. I mean, listen, Benfica went a few years. I think it was 11 years without winning, 12 years, and they had to go on YouTube ask for money. I mean, come on, they were almost out of business.
That's true. I gotta give you that. I gotta give you that one. I agree with that. You guys are very, very loyal fans.
Thank you. I appreciate that because we are. I mean, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Sporting fan. We, like 19 years is a long time for a team that's considered to be one of the big.
Ele ia fazer estupidez e apagou-se logo a internet.
Are you guys there?
Nelson, somebody heard you say one of the biggest. If I just
we can hear you, Nelson. We can hear you. You there, buddy?
No, he's frozen.
Shit.
We can hear you.
Sorry, man, I'm at service over here. I'm in Secaucus.
Well, that's a bad place to be.
All right. Once I leave.
You're cutting in and out, bud. You might have to log out, log back in.
Once I leave the parking lot, it'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
Hold on a second.
Well, George, did you think it was a penalty? Yes or no?
I think it.
He's singing. No,
I'll be right back.
Dale.
1 second. No, hold on.
George, go ahead. Did you think it was a penalty or not?
Sorry, guys.
I think it could be called a penalty. I think it was a little iffy, but it was. I think it could be called a penalty.
Was it a little iffy or was it very iffy? Was it very hard?
It was a Porto iffy.
Porto doesn't get those calls.
No.
Just 2 weeks ago against Guimarães, Sergio Oliveira was trying to pass the ball at the top of the box. The defender stretched out his arm and cut the ball, and it was inside the box, and there was no penalty awarded. So I don't want to hear that. Take it somewhere else, buddy.
Listen. Listen. If his arm was closed, it's not a penalty. But his arm was wide open. He was all the way up to his shoulder. His arm was, like they showed it on TV. His arm was like next to his shoulder. Like there's no way the ref can call that.
Nelson, he was protecting. He was shielding off the player. He has no idea where the player was. He's just shielding the ball going out. Okay, Paulinho stuck his leg and tried to.
But Bruno,
but there was no intention. Where's he gonna put his arm, dude?
Bruno. But I said that. I said that. To me, it's not a penalty. But by law, it's a penalty. I told you that. I admit that.
What kind of?
And if you go look up any referee, if you go look up. I don't know if you guys saw, like, like the referees going over the plays. All of them said it was a penalty. All of them said it was a good call. I mean, there's not one person that said it was a bad call. So, but I get it. I get what you're saying. To me, it's a shitty penalty. I agree with you. But by law, it's a penalty.
Deu para abrir o marcador. That was the hardest one. Se calhar, I don't know se chegavam lá.
Bruno, how many games has Sporting won past the 80th minute? That would have been just one more.
This year, I
did
think
nothing, dude.
23
Riwaf
points.
did nothing.
23 points was won after the 80th minute.
22 points.
22,
And, but-
not far off.
But Bruno, Riwaf did nothing. Nothing. They did not look like a team that's desperate for points.
Epa, I'm not saying otherwise. I'm not saying that Sporting didn't deserve the win. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it makes things a little easier when you get a penalty to unlock a game that's a little dicey, a little iffy. To me,
I get
that's
it, but and if Sporting won 1-0, like fine, like we could be arguing this all night, but even though there's nothing to argue because, like I said, by law it's a penalty, but it was a one-way street. Sporting dominated from minute 1 to minute 90. Riwaf did nothing. Like, I was very surprised, to be honest with you, because they're a team that needs points. They're right there, like with a bunch of other teams, and they came out like maybe it was Sporting strategy. Sporting actually, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll go a step further. I think it was Sporting's best game of the season.
I'm not sure.
That's my opinion. I think it was
can't comment because I did not watch the game.
It was a complete game. It was a complete game on defense. Fucking Turnpike's close assholes. Sorry.
Well, George, was it Sporting's best exhibition of the season?
No, I don't. I mean, it was the best exhibition winning, of the last maybe few games. But it was a game that they needed to win, and they come out and they won it easily. But I don't think it was the best exhibition of the game. Of the year.
I think one of the best performances you had of the year was at Guimarães when you won 4-0. No.
Yeah, but Guimarães was dead in that game. Like it was like beating. I don't know what happened. Well, Guimarães, Braga, all those teams suck.
No, the Guimarães, the games at Guimarães, not at home, but at Guimarães, the game you didn't let them play.
No, I know what you're. I know, and this game was the same. Honestly, like.
But you know what's funny? Like, Riwaf had more possession than Sporting.
Rio have more. Oh, but that was the second half, dude. I mean, they were pressing, but they weren't doing anything.
Yeah, like
51.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they had the ball in their half of the field. Like I don't know. I think they had one shot on I think they had one shot on goal.
They had what? They had one shot on goal. Yeah, one shot on target.
Yeah.
The whole game.
And by the way, that shot on target was from outside the box, right in the middle of the net. I mean, Dunn would have taken the day off because the ball never even got there. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. Trust me, guys.
Hey.
It was a very complete game by Sporting.
It was the right game at the right time.
There are Bruno Rodrigues saying that the best game was at Braga. I don't understand how you can say that was the best game at Braga. Maybe defensively, but Braga dominated the whole game. You had one shot on goal and you won the game. That was it. There was another one at Nacional that was a good performance. Again, but my opinion was the one at Guimarães. But Guimarães this year, they're a shell of what they were.
Yeah, Guimarães completely lost.
My bad, Bruno. I meant Mulinga said at Braga.
I agree. I agree with you, Bruno. I think the two best games were Guimarães and Riwaf. I'm putting this one up there because it was a game, a must-win for us.
We played before you guys played, so we know we needed to win. You know what I mean? To put pressure on you guys. And the team came out and remember we had guys out. Pogo didn't play. Pogo was out. John Pereira, I played 3 minutes all season, and he played 80 minutes this game, and he was one of the best guys on the field. Palhinha was a monster again. I think he got like 9 balls. I think he cut 9 balls. He broke down 9 plays. João Mario, which didn't play the previous game, was on the bench, came out and played a hell of a game. I just think it was a very complete game by pretty much everybody on the team. On a game that we had to win.
You had to win, yep. I mean, you had to win. Really didn't have to win, but
well, they have to win. No, George. I mean, they had to win that game. I mean, you even said it last show. They had to win that game. It was a game they had to win.
To make it easier for them. Yeah, I mean, it would have, but they're technically, even if they had lost the game, they would still be up 4 points.
If they lost the game, yeah, it would have been, or 5.
We'd be up 4.
So
no, 4 because you guys got 1 point, so we'd be up 4.
Yeah.
But
it was
the park is closed over here too. You gotta be fucked.
Hey, it's no filter, mas também.
Yo, I don't know. I'm gonna go home, dude. Like all the entrances to the turnpike are closed. These fucking shitheads.
Well,
chama Varandas para te mandar o helicóptero.
Já chamo Varandas pro Uber.
This is ridiculous, dude. Like they do construction. Oh, if I saw one right now, I would.
That's what you get for working the first late night ever in your life, and you put today.
You know what's crazy? It's like yesterday I was home pretty much. Like I was home all day almost, and then today I come to work. I'm stuck here until 9, and now I can go home. Like you got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you have some time to do the podcast. You see that?
Yeah, I already told my boss that I feel very sick on Tuesday. So, like,
you might feel sick on Tuesday. I believe that after Peepers goes there and wins. What's good?
Oh my God! Like, I can't with you, Bruno. I mean, we're gonna be celebrating Marquez, and you're gonna be like, it's not over yet. It's not over. They might take 8 points away from you guys in the tribunal.
Não, esquece. Este ano o Varandas aceitou a proposta do Orelhas. One ganhas tu, one ganho eu. This year I haven't seen Orelhas complain about the officiating, so I don't know. There might be something there. I'm going to pay close attention to what's going to happen next year. Se o Varandas vai chorar ou não.
All I'm saying, Bruno, is a few weeks ago.
Depois
a few weeks ago on the show.
Jogo como hoje.
Aquela exibição do agente Macron em Moreira de Cónegos é bocado suspeito.
Remember, guys, a few weeks ago, a few shows ago, right here on this stage, I said Sporting would finish 9 points ahead of Porto at least, right? I'm not far off. I think I'm right there. And you guys thought I was crazy.
Porto's losing more points now.
No, I don't think so. I told you we had one more draw left. It was against Benfica, so we'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
And now a moment for our sponsors. Comprimidos Reni. Tomem 2 por dia que cuida da azia. Okay, let's go.
Mas estás a falar de experiência ou como é que é?
Oh, hell yeah.
No, like, listen, they are our sponsor tonight, so like, let's, like once in a while we gotta plug them.
Tá bom. Acho bem. So we'll see. Look at this Mulingas. Champions League 40 million. Dude, you're not getting 40 million, bro. You're getting 23 million. I've been saying that all season long. Because of your poor ranking in UEFA, because you do nothing in UEFA, Mulingas, you get 23 million. Porto, if they get into the Champions League directly, in second place, makes double than you. Aprende, pá. Não estou cá toda a vida, man, para te ensinar. My rant is over. Nelson, you know you're only going to make 23 million, right?
Não
Listen, I
é,
want the
não é
title.
melão, não é melão,
If you
Bruno,
go-
é
if you-
mango. Mango. 19-year-old mango. 19-year-old
If you
mango.
told me right now that's if you told me right now that Sporting was going to make $0 for going straight to the Champions League next year, I'd be like, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Hell
I
yeah.
want the title. That's what I want.
Yeah, after 19 years, I believe. But Molingas keeps on insisting. He says that's not what they. I don't know who they are, but deve ser lá o Rui Pedro Braz ou o Rui Santos, o paineleiro incorporado. I don't know what Molingas reads a lot of record, and we all know how that
No,
goes.
but I did read somewhere online also that he said 40 million. I did see that. Honestly, I did see that also.
23.
Maybe-
23 million, buddy.
Hey, George, Google real quick while you're there doing nothing.
Não, tá a comer, pá.
Tô comer mango. A comer before the storm arrives. I have to
He's got
protect
to go into
myself again.
hibernation, man.
I have to protect
Ainda-
myself because the dust
Ainda bem
storm
não
is
tá-
gonna arrive again. I gotta be careful.
Ainda
with
bem
the
não estás
dust.
a. Oh, ainda
Sim,
bem não
sim.
estás a comer melões. If not, you'd be biting yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good thing.
I gotta protect myself.
Steve,
The
that's
dust
a
storm
quick
is
blow.
on its way here.
Hey, Nelson, Molinga said he heard it on TV. That's your problem right there. That when TV
No,
is
but
your
I didn't-
source of info, estás lixado.
But I did not see it on TV. I don't even watch that. I don't watch that channel, but I did see it somewhere. So, like, Google that, George.
No, it's 23 million. I'm telling you, it's because of the
Was I-
ranking. The
No,
ranking.
Bruno knows the numbers.
Poor ranking
No.
equals no money, and you'll be at best third seed, depending on a lot of things.
O Benfica ainda vai
Well-
entrar na pré-eliminatória e ter um higher ranking too.
Well, George,
I don't
we
think
got to
you
move
can
on.
do they do that? Like, I don't know if they can do that. No.
What do you mean? They can do what?
I said Benfica is going to get in
I'm
through
saying-
the preliminatory and still have a higher ranking than a higher seed than Sporting.
Yeah,
No,
that-
I don't think.
it's possible.
I don't think it
Yeah.
works. I don't think you can do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I
you
don't
can.
think. I
Yes,
don't,
you can.
I don't
Yes, you
think it
can.
is, guys. I think you're mistaken.
No, it is Nelson,
mistaken.
because
Very
let's just say it depends on certain teams of who gets in and stuff. Let's say Porto could get into one, they could get into seed 2, and then Benfica will not get knocked down to seed 3, and then Sporting would be knocked down to seed 4 if all three of them can get in.
I don't think so. I don't think Sporting can be a seed 4. I think you guys are mistaken.
Pode.
I think
Pode.
I-
I know não pode.
I don't.
Pode.
No, I don't think so, Bruno. I don't think so. I think you're mistaken, Bruno.
Olha
I'll
aqui,
look it up when I get home. But
Brandon, our Canadian friend, or your Canadian friend, not mine. It says here 23 million. It's all here. He posted a link.
Brandon,
É pro Molingas ler, porque
Brandon-
não sei se o Molingas sabe ler ou não.
Brennan, who?
O Sebastião.
Poor guy.
Depois.
É o Brandon Sebastião. Nós damos sempre apoio ao melão.
That's 23 million. That's 23 million libras, which is like fucking like 180 million dollars. Some crazy. number.
Eita,
Yeah, yeah.
caralho, suago. Já não tem dívidas. Parece um Real Madrid agora.
Listen, all I know is
Será que a UEFA vai pagar ao Sporting com VMOX também?
É verdade. Eu acho que era bom. It's only fair, right, George?
Se fosse a eles, era logo.
I think it's fair.
oh my god. So all I know is like all these big teams were trying to leave the Champions League because they know Sporting is coming. That's all I know. You know, everybody's afraid of the big bad wolf.
Oh, yeah. E é como o Molingas, como o Bruno disse, agora com o Cristiano Ronaldo, agora esquece.
Ei, pois, o Bruno está a dizer.
Yo, look at this. Look at this. Look, even that building is painted green already for the title. Look at that shit. See that?
Ó, Jorge,
Fucking-
já
I'm on Connelly
marcaste-
Avenue on those hookers.
Ó, Nelson, já marcaste a data com o Bruno para pagar o leitão?
Estou com fome.
O gajo tem que pagar o leitão, não falha. Isso não falha.
No, that's Isidro. Isidro said he was treating us, for the show at the end of the season, right?
Oh, he is? Okay.
That's what he said. That's what we have it on the record.
He's treating us to what? To memes? What?
Quem? O Isidro?
So
Uh-huh.
he's in Turks and Caicos right now.
Oh, is he?
He's Turks in
Yeah,
Caicos.
Beautiful.
yeah. Like
Tá.
he read online that was a good place for the melons, so he went there.
He went there to relax.
Yeah, he went there to relax. He was all swollen and shit.
O Bruno insiste, ok? O Bruno insiste. Sou eu a pagar ou são vocês? Eu digo, é ele. Ele se calhar viu um contrato qualquer ao Nelson. Lá com o Varandas, a dizer que o CR7 ia, mas deve ser a marca de cuecas. Well,
You
George,
never know. But wait a second. Bruno did offer to pay for the Leitan, right? Bruno did say that,
no,
right?
he admitted, he said yes. If he was wrong, he would pay. But if he's right, then
Okay.
we all three pay for him. But that's okay.
Even though I'm not arguing with him.
All right, George, you ready? Benfica
No.
Porto 1-1. Let's talk about it. We're going to go with the home team first. It was late. Verissimo, Otamendi, Vertonghen, Everton, Gonçalves, Pizzi, Weigl, Grimaldo, Silva, and Seferovic. For Porto, it was Marchesín, Manafá, Mavimba, Pep, Zaidu, Otávio, Sergio Oliveira, Uribe, Luis Diaz, Marega, and Taremi. George, go ahead, bud.
No,
Break
man,
this
you should
down.
start today. You should start today.
You want me to start?
Yes, I want you to start.
Oh, I will say probably one of the worst players for Porto today was Marchesín. He was 100% at fault on the goal for two reasons. One, I don't think he completed a pass in the first half. Two, he plays the ball in the middle of the field. I don't know why. Three, he was so badly positioned on the shot, and it was a goal. I think it was three of them. Olha aqui o Molingas. You're right. Today it says 23 million. Yesterday I said 40. Oh, Molingas. Eu já te disse. Eu não estou cá toda a vida para te ensinar, pá. Tens que ouvir, ó. Molingas do caraças, pá. But in terms of the game, I think Cableta had Benfica needed to win the game. I mean, both teams needed to win, but to win more, I think Benfica needed to win more to stay at least in the shot for second place and close the gap, since it was a head-to-head.
So you mean you went to Estádio da Luz to play
No,
the way
no,
Sporting
no,
went to
no,
Porto
no.
to play?
No, definitely not, because the second half it said a completely different thing. But the first half, Porto wasn't playing well. I thought Luis Diaz was probably the best game since he had since the Taça game against Braga, where he got unjustly red carded, and that's when he started to go down. Uribe was pretty good. I mean, majority of the times, in terms of defensive work, he was very good. His shots were off, at least two of them in the first half. They were pretty bad. He did connect on the goal. Marega was terrible. Taremi, I thought, was terrible. Pepe and Mavimba were pretty good. Manafá, horrible. Zaidu, horrible. That's
So
my.
you missed the Porto player.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. I know what you're going to say, but
you missed Artur Soares Dias.
I know what you're going to say, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay.
I don't know how Benfica fans are complaining about this game. There's nothing to complain about. You should be pointing at your coach and complain about him, because he was trying to defend a 1-0 lead.
Okay. Hold on. So there's nothing to complain about.
Zero.
So two penalties.
That were not.
Two red cards.
That two red cards. Agora são dois.
Yes, Sergio Oliveira and Pep. And dois goals anulados. All perfect. All perfect.
Well, hold on a second. You're saying the offsides was not offside? or
So
do you
the
want
one at
offside to start to count? I'm
So
confused.
the one at the 92nd minute that wasn't a goal.
That wasn't a goal.
Oh my God! Stop.
I'm asking you. I'm asking
He
you.
was
That wasn't a
offside.
goal.
The guy
What?
that passes the ball was offside. The guy that passes the ball was offside.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Agora as linhas da BTV não funcionam bem.
Okay.
Não estou
All right.
confuso.
Oh my God!
So Pep,
Can't wait till
Pep,
it's my
so
turn to
Pep,
talk about this game.
so Pep wasn't a red card. Sergio Oliveira wasn't a red card.
Epa, George, I'm gonna say this. In the first round in do Dragão, you should have seen 3 guys red carded. No one bitched and complained then. Ah, não, não. O critério era muito largo. O critério lá do paineleiro incorporado.
Actually, I said there was a red card.
Okay, but you were one of the very few, George. One of the very few. Okay, and I remember you saying that. But there was other people that do listen to this show that said that there was nothing wrong with some fouls. You should have got 3 guys red carded that game, and now you guys are going to come on here and complain about a double yellow. There was plays in the first leg.
A double yellow by Pep. The first foul, the first yellow wasn't a red.
The first foul wasn't a red? For who?
Yeah, I'm asking you. So the Pep first yellow card, you think that's a yellow card?
It was the first. I don't even remember what the first one was. Remind me. Olha agora, we are not talking about the first round. Boys, no, I know, I understand. Well, let's just talk about what favors you, right?
No, we could talk about both.
No, I think we should talk about today's game. There's a lot to talk about today's game. To be honest with you,
I think so. I think there is.
I'll let you. No, you go first. You do the Benfica guy, so I'll go last.
I already did. 2 penalties, 2 goals,
Okay.
2 red cards.
All right, so I'll give you guys my opinion. So, first half, Benfica got 1 shot, Benfica got 1 goal, but Porto did nothing either. So that's my take on the first half. Second half, Porto was a lot stronger than Benfica. They finally tied the game. As far as the plays we're discussing here.
Until tying the game. Porto was strong until tying the game. After Porto tied the game and Jorge Jesus made the substitutions, there was no Porto.
Yes, and as far as the critical plays go, I'll say this. I think Pep should have been red carded. I think Pep should have gotten the second yellow. The play that Benfica scores that goal on the foul, and the guy passes the ball and he scores a goal, but the ref didn't whistle. Listen, I've seen that happen both ways. I've seen refs that let the team, take the free kick right away without waiting for anything and just let the play go and let that be a goal. I've seen that happen. And I've seen refs call it back. I've seen refs, no, I haven't whistled. You cannot do that. So I've seen it both ways. And I'm sure you guys have seen it both ways also. Because that has actually happened a lot. Like a guy falls down, another player comes, grabs the ball, passes it off, and it's a goal. I've seen that happen. But, at the same time, I've seen it the other way. So I'm not going to judge the ref for that. As far as the last goal, the one that was called back for offside, without seeing the replay, I said to myself right away that he was offside. I could tell the guy was offside. I knew he wasn't by much, but I could tell it was offside. The penalties, they were not penalties. I'm sorry, guys. They were, and one of them was actually outside the area, so they were definitely not penalties.
I know. I don't understand you guys. If the foul's outside the box, and the other one he steps on the defender's foot. How do you want?
I made a mistake on the goal. It wasn't the last goal. It was the one that Nelson was talking about, where it was a foul and the Benfica player took the foul fast. That happens all the time in England. That's how you're supposed to play.
But he said that the ball
and
was
that's what I'm
looking back more.
And that's what I mean, Bruno. I've seen it both ways. I've seen it later.
That's a poor excuse for Tripeiro.
And I've seen
no, because he did the same thing before.
I've seen him. So I've seen it both ways, guys. I've seen it happen both ways. I've seen him call back, and I've seen him let it go. That's why I'm not judging him for that. You know what I mean? Listen, to me, I'm glad he did. So to me it was a perfect score. That's the score I wanted. That's the score I picked on the show last week. I said 1-1. So that's exactly what I wanted. I did love when PZ scored the second goal, and like that's the only thing the VAR takes away from the game, in my opinion. It was a correct call. If there was no VAR, that would have been a goal, and Benfica would have won the game. And that's the one thing I don't like about VAR, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's like you get that rush, you all happy, you celebrate, and you think you won the game. Everybody's jumping up and down. Pizzi's opening his mouth, fucking like he's about to suck somebody, and then all of a sudden, fucking, oh shit, no goal. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the only thing I think VAR takes away from the game. But I think VAR was correct today. I think VAR made all the right calls, and I accept the score. I think 1-1 is a fair score.
Well, I want to ask George about the Grimaldo play, because a lot of Benfiquistas are not talking about the Grimaldo play where he should have gotten a yellow. It was in the first half where he comes like an assassin through the back on Marega, and no yellow card. There were a couple other fouls that could have happened throughout the game. For example, Verissimo, where he comes with an elbow on top of Marega's head, or I think it was Marega, or I don't remember who it was. And we've seen that in the past. So again, I don't want to hear, guys. I know, and Benfiquistas like to say, mas o Porto só ganha com o penalti. Epá, e eu digo, o Benfica só sabe ganhar jogar contra 10, e 9, e 8, e por aí fora. Expulsões, só querem expulsões. Epá, today, you didn't do enough. You played the second half at home in your half of the field. That's it. You played the whole entire half in your field. You were defending a 1-0 lead. Why? You can't defend a 1-0 lead. That was with Sergio Conceição, and I criticized him heavily when we went to Sporting, and he went to defend the 2-1 lead starting in the 55th minute. Are you guys are crazy or okay? You can't be defending a 1-0 lead with all that time left. That's impossible. You can't do that. That's all I got to say about
our sponsors. Comprimidos azia. 2 por dia. Não, comprimidos Reni. 2 por dia. Ajuda com azia. Thank you.
So Benfica didn't do anything, but Benfica had more shots on net. Benfica should have been played on net. Yeah, those are the ones that count, right?
Benfica had one shot more on net, dude. Come on, like honestly, it was 3-2. I think it was.
But Benfica had more shots on net. It
was like. Look at the stats. No. I think it was 3-2 or 4-3 or whatever it was.
I'll say it. Shots 5 for Benfica, 15.
Hey, Nelson. See, yes, Benfica. It's only 3 shots to 2, right? But
exactly.
There's other things that happen throughout the game that if we want to really take a look at it real close, you see how the game is. What's the word? With the fouls, just look at the fouls. Look, Benfica had 20 fouls. Sporting Porto had 13 fouls. Look at the yellow cards. You know how many cards Benfica had for 20 fouls?
I saw it.
8. Right off the bat, Weigl. You had a whole bunch of few players que foram logo, para dizer, calma aí, you're a midfield guy. Now you're going to hold your horses the rest of the game. You know how many red cards? Yellow cards Porto had for 13 fouls. 3.
5.
3.
I'll still say this, George. I still don't think Pizzi's that great. I still don't think he's that great. I know he scored a lot of goals and a lot of assists, whatever. I still don't think he's a great player for Benfica. I think
Pizzi?
Yeah, I think he can do better without him. I don't think he's a good guy in the locker room, to be honest with you. And listen, like when he walked away to go eat again, because I don't know what the hell is going on with you today. Like you just keep eating.
Who's
Uh,
eating? Who the hell's eating? What are you talking
you like you keep getting
about?
up to get
I'm not
more
eating.
melon or whatever the hell you're getting. And
Yeah, okay.
I was telling Bruno, I think the score was a just score. You know, he could have gone different, but I think it was a. I think I can accept the score. How do you feel about that?
So,
I,
of course,
I think
of course, he's going to accept the score. He guaranteed second place. You think he's going to say he doesn't guarantee the score? He's
no.
not going to accept the score.
I don't think that. I don't think I'm not happy with the score. You know, I don't want to go to o nosso salão de festas e empatar. Então, como
Oh,
é que
okay.
é? Ir ao salão de festas e empatar. Uma vez. I'm not happy. I didn't like their performance. I didn't like Taremi missed a sitter. You're gonna disagree, George, that he missed a sitter? That was a pretty bad sitter that you can't miss. He looked like a defender cutting the ball. Tá a perceber?
Well, you missed
Uh,
an easier one against Sporting.
Dude, I don't know if it.
I do tell you.
I don't know. I'm gonna argue that, George, because dude, he's inside the 6 and he kicks the ball backwards. How do you kick the ball backwards and not forward?
I do tell you, Bruno. That guy dived. That guy dives a lot. Holy shit!
Taremi misses. Taremi scores the goals against the small teams. When it comes to the big teams, he misses the goals. That's it. He's just.
Bro.
It's too much. It's too much. And Marega, he had a shot. Uribe had 2 shots at the top of the box, completely missed. The goal. You got to put those on frame, man. I mean, these guys are professional players. I wonder what kind of shooting they do.
Look, I think for Porto it was a great score. For Benfica, not so good. I think Jorge Jesus tried to change the game after the 1-1, and the players that he put in, you know, he did change the game. But you know, we had balls on the post. We had, you know, other plays that we just, you know, it was just a good score for Porto.
I got to bring this up, George. Captain says o Sérgio não teve bolas de ir he can't go to the sala de imprensa. So
why couldn't he go to the Sala de Imprensa? Why couldn't he go to the Sala de Imprensa?
Because it's suspension that is the suspension is suspended, and he's not allowed to go.
So the suspension is suspended. He could be in the bench, but he can't be in the Sala de Imprensa answering questions.
That is correct. That is correct. The only thing that they can do is
I did.
Sorry, Nelson. I just got to make this. The only thing that they're obligated to do is do the flash interview, and it has to be the assistant coach, which they did. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do the press conference after the game.
Okay. What's Victor saying? Victor's saying that there's magic numbers too. How's magic number 2?
It's just a draw. Porto draws against Farense. It's over.
So he needs 1 point. Sporting needs a point.
Sporting needs 2 points.
He doesn't need 2 points.
No, Sporting needs 2 points.
Listen, George, you got to understand
something.
Yeah,
he does.
No, he doesn't. Listen, no, Vlad Nelson. I'm gonna tell you how Molingas thinks. Molingas wants Porto to draw or lose to Farense because he doesn't want to have the work of Sporting winning. He wants other people to do the job for them. It's been 19 years, and he wants other people to do the job for them. He just wants to win. Qualquer maneira. Quero lá saber se é mérito ou mérito. Ele quer ganhar.
But yeah,
I talked to other Sportingistas today that they said, forget it. I want Porto to be Farense because I want Sporting to be Boa Vista. Now, when you say something like that, I want Sporting to win the game because I want, like, when I went to Portugal with one of my friends, I didn't want when it was a Benfica Sporting Benfica game, I wanted the Sporting to beat Benfica because I wanted Porto to beat Farense to mean something. I don't want to draw. But you know, there's other people that think, you know, they're desperate. 19 years, it calls for desperation time. Qualquer maneira, pá.
It's not like that. I do not want Sporting to be champions on Monday. I will not like that. I want
wouldn't
Sporting
like
to be
that
champs
either.
on Tuesday.
On the field.
I want Sporting to be champs on Tuesday because they'll be home. That stadium is going to be crazy packed outside, and I want us the following week to go to Estadio de Luz with the players wearing like green on their heads. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want. That's what I
They
want.
already they were already wearing on their heads, all full of melons and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's what I want. I don't want to be champ on Monday. Like I would not enjoy that. And what I was going to say about Sergio, I like the fact that Sergio was on the bench because when PZ scored in the 92nd minute, which I don't know when Benfica is going to learn, the 92nd minutes he's always against them, never in their favor. But Sergio was hiding behind the cooler on the bench. That was actually pretty awesome. That was a great shot, and like you couldn't even see him, like he was behind the cooler. And then when they annullaron a goal, like his head, he looked like the Simpson coming out of the grass. You know, like he showed up again. So that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, no, I'm actually a Porto fan on Monday. I want Porto to beat fast.
Listen, I want to be Fidens as well, but I keep on hearing Captain saying that o Porto foi beneficiado. Bro, I don't understand how we were benefited. You had offside calls correctly made. You had no PKs correctly made. I mean, what were we benefited on? I know you're used to not winning cleanly. I get it, Captain. Benfica typically wins. If it was the era of no VAR, you would have won the game 4-1, and you would have had the red press covering up the plays that were very dubious, and you won a lot of titles that you're robbing games like this. Mas não foi assim, pá. É para paciência, man.
Um portista queixar-se de árbitros é como um pedófilo queixar-se que foi roubado.
Ai,
Nem devia existir.
O Pepe o quê, pá? O Pepe o quê? I could talk about o Grimaldo, I could talk about o Veríssimo, I could talk about a lot of different things. I'm not here complaining about that. The first round, you got a tie, and you should have had 3 guys. You should have finished the game with 8 players. 8. Not 10. 8. And for a significant amount of time. BT should have been red carded in the first half. O Tavares should have been red carded in the first half with the amount of yellow card fouls that they made. And why are you crying about this one guy? I have to complain about 3. 3. Fala, Jorge.
When I sit here and listen to Porto and Benfica complain about roubar as a Sporting fan, man, like tears come to my eyes because holy shit, we've been robbed blind for years and years and years. Like none of your team should even be allowed to talk about Série roubage. None of them. That's my opinion.
Hey, Nelson, how many penalties does Porto have?
15.
How many
16.
red cards did you have?
No,
How many cards did you have?
no.
In the first half.
You don't know where I'm getting at. How many?
Wow,
15?
Yeah, 15 or 16.
You know what team has the most PKs in a season?
Yeah, Sporting.
Oh, okay. And when was that?
2000. 99, 2000.
99,
We
2000?
are 19th. Yeah.
Oh, okay, just
So,
checking.
or either that year or 2001, 2002. It was the year Jardel scored a shitload of goals. It was 2001,
Yeah,
2002.
The year you won the championship, no?
Yeah, okay. So what? Porto got 15 and they're not winning the title. What does that mean?
Right, just checking.
What does
Just
that
check.
matter?
No, those were all clear penalties, right?
Listen, I remember every game that season. I can tell you
Yeah,
every
I
starting
remember- I
lineup
remember every
for that
game,
year,
too. I remember it too.
and all of them were penalties. All of them were clean penalties.
Okay.
Diz o mergulhador bom.
We had such a crazy attack that year, such a crazy attack. Honestly, there was another 10 they could have called the leading call.
That crazy attack was. Quem foi, Jorge? O Lugário Bancarense, Bruno Paixão. Quem foi o outro?
No, actually, that year I really liked the Sporting team. Sporting had a really good team.
We had a great team.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I like that. I like
Come on, guys.
I like that year. Sporting has had Sporting
Team
has
that
had,
wins 4 titles in 40 years.
Look at the end. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. You know, we sit over here and we both BS and all that stuff and whatever, and it's all fun and games. But you know, I saw this comment on Facebook, and it's true. Like, teams play 31 games and they haven't lost a game, right? So even if they were helped a little bit, what team wasn't helped a little bit, right? So like, there's nothing you can say against a team that hasn't lost a game the whole season with 31 games out. So you know, I think Sporting deserves the title. I'll congratulate Sporting for the championship already, because I think it's a done deal. And we move on. And again, I think the Sporting fans deserve it, because they're very loyal to the team. Because like Nelson was saying it, and we were talking about it at the beginning of the show, it's not a lot of clubs that a lot of fans of clubs that will be okay with the 19 years just winning, Título Peão with Cricas and all that good stuff. So I gotta give you that respect.
I gotta answer this one too, George. Captain keeps on talking. First of all, you're saying 8 or 9 points. It was 6. Second thing, you got to do your research fully research. They gave those points back because they couldn't find anything. So
that's not why they gave the points back. That's not why. Don't say that, because that's not why they gave the points back.
These. What was it?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know why they gave the points were given back.
No, I don't know. Go ahead, tell me.
No, the points were given back because the scooters were found illegal, because in Portugal everything has a loophole.
That's incorrect, because that's not true.
Okay.
They were used in court, and that's uma mentira contada muitas vezes para tornar verdade. Não é verdade.
It was found to be illegal to use the scooters.
Incorrect. And he's talking about Juventus, dude. What Juventus did back in the Calchucaos in comparison to what Rui Pinto found in the emails, por amor de Deus.
Rui Pinto found it in emails that anybody can manipulate. I could go into your computer. Well, look, we have Nelson, who's an IT guy. All Nelson needs to know is your IP address, break into your computer, and he could send out as many emails as he wants and change them whichever way he wants. Versus you listening to me attempting to buy referees. So nothing can be compared to that. And I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, there's a lot of coincidences that happen. I mean, we saw this week. Como é que chama o gajo? Pedro Pinho, right?
I don't even know who Pedro Pinho.
The guy from Moreirense, the one that one
that
beat up the reporter. He got his agent card taken away. But we have another guy that used to be next door to the office of Orelhas. They didn't know what he was doing. He works at Benfica, but they didn't know what he was doing. He's still negotiating players somehow, and his card is not taken away. That's fine. I find that amazing. But
who's that?
All right, let
you're talking about Gonçalves? Gonçalves. That's easy to explain. Gonçalves wasn't an agent when that happened. He was an attorney.
He was an attorney, but he has nothing to do with Benfica, right?
Is he an agent? Is he an agent? Is he a FIFA agent?
I don't know what he is. He's negotiating players.
So you want a card that he doesn't have to be taken away from him?
How is he still in sports, or in soccer, or sports? Period.
I was speaking to the question still in sports and in soccer.
But he hasn't been convicted of anything.
Oh, okay. So has Gonçalves been convicted of something?
Has he?
No, you know the answer, Bruno. Come on, let's stop playing.
There's a lot of
it can be. It can be do as I say, not as I do. You know what I mean? You're saying that Pinto Costa hasn't been convicted of anything. Gonçalves hasn't been convicted of anything. Corinthians hasn't been convicted of anything. Nobody's been convicted of anything. And that's how it works in Portugal.
And
All
they
right,
won't be.
let me ask you guys a question. All right,
Follow.
but please let's answer this with a straight face, okay? Do any of us here think that our teams have not been involved in corruption? I'll leave it at that.
No.
I'll ask that question.
No.
Let's go one by one.
No.
Let's all answer that question.
I think everybody's corrupted. It's just
Yeah,
a matter of
yeah.
who gets caught. It's just a matter of who gets caught.
They all. I've said this before on the show. Everyone has some type of influence in the system. Everybody, and if you're a fool to think otherwise, regardless if you're Sporting or Benfica, that's it. They all have their ways. They all have people inside to help them out.
My team just sucks at cheating, but they've tried it. They just suck at it. Simple as that. They horrible at it, but they have tried. And I'll be the first one to admit that they've tried. But Porto and Benfica have been a lot better. Simple as that. But they've all tried, and some have succeeded better than others. They all corrupt. All of them. That's my point.
The people that need to help the teams, they don't take payment TV box. So only you gotta have money to be able to be corrupt.
That's a problem. That's why they don't want to. That's why the sport is shitty. They don't have the money to pay it.
Nelson Bruno is saying there's no bridge to Portugal. Like, where are you driving to? Antarctica, or are you going to Iceland again?
There it is, right there.
No,
Michael Matias said it all. Big teams get.
I just got to the parking lot right now.
I don't think it's just big teams.
No, dude. Every week, man. Every week we get calls. Every week.
Bruno,
Every week.
I think the biggest corruption that ever existed was Boavista, and when those people were head of Boavista, and then head of the league and all that stuff.
Valentin Loureiro. Hold on.
Yeah. Where did Gonçalves come from?
No, I know. No.
Gonçalves was working for Boavista, right? Am I correct? I'm correct, right?
He was there.
Yeah. No. Like George was saying before about Sporting winning the title, guys. Like I saw the same comment you saw, George. And honestly, like, how can you say the team that doesn't deserve to win? You know how many Sporting has played 16 games on the road. You know how many goals Sporting has allowed on the road in 16 games? 6. 6 goals allowed on the road in 16 games. 15 altogether. How can we say? Listen, have they been lucky? Absolutely. Have they gotten a couple goals? Absolutely. But we cannot sit here and say that Sporting doesn't deserve to be champs. I mean, that's just a crazy statement.
No, I agree with that. I agree. At the end of the day, who has the most points deserves to be the champ. Always.
It depends. It depends on how you look at it. There's some teams that end up with more points, and you wonder how they got those amount of points.
I wondered that for a lot of years too.
Epa, what are you opening up your mail?
What? Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay. Talao, is the
He's
invite from the Federation there?
He's looking for the plane ticket.
Yo, dude, I hate motor vehicles, dude. Motor vehicles just sent me a letter that they're gonna suspend my registration because I have no.
Oh, I got the same one yesterday, dude.
What the fuck are they talking about, dude?
My car that was totaled in December. They're looking for my registration fee. I'm like, dude, I don't even have the car anymore.
Dude, this is fucking ridiculous. What the fuck?
Nelson, you're right, bro.
I'm not alright because fucking I'm.
Chama pro Arthur Soares diz para te ajudar.
No. Oh, Jorge, tem calma, man. Eu gajo fiz renipa.
You know what? I just looked at the back. I just looked at the back of the letter. So they saying that my insurance got canceled in January because I used to have Geico. I switched from Geico to NJM. Like, is that my fault?
Bruno's saying you got to send in your old plates.
I don't even have my old plates.
This is not plates, though. Like, I
Geico
changed
took
my
them. Geico
registration.
took them when
My insurance company.
they took totaled the cart when they took the cart.
What
Oh,
a
yeah?
bunch of fucking idiots, dude. Oh, I'm drinking Macallan right now.
Eso Reni do Nelson.
Fuck that. Not putting up with this bullshit.
You'll be all right,
Oh,
though.
my God.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right,
Okay,
though.
so let's discuss the semis of the Champions League a little bit.
The semi, okay, yeah. We saw Chelsea and Real Madrid, and we had Man City and wow, I don't remember.
PSG.
PSG.
So
Honestly,
we got an all English
final.
Champions League. And what
Well,
about the
Hold on a
Europa
second.
today?
Hold on. I want to say something about the final of the Champions League. Did you guys notice who's in the final?
Yeah.
Man City, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ironically, that was a team that shouldn't even been in this Champions League this season.
Well, both of them shouldn't be. It's Man City versus Chelsea.
Right, but do you know why I'm saying that?
Oh, because it should have been. So they were supposed to have been banned for a couple of years because of the money shit.
The signing of the underage kids, right? Wasn't it that?
I think it was a bunch of stuff. Yes.
So or overspending FIFA fair play.
Yes.
So
Well,
there you
no,
go.
but Man City or Chelsea? I mean, Chelsea was suspended for 2 years. I mean, they couldn't sign players for 2 years.
For 2 years, they couldn't sign, but Man City was banned from Champions League, George, which is different. They weren't even supposed to be in, and then they made a vote, and they let them in.
It was the same thing with PSG.
You're right. Yes, you're right. It was with PSG as well, which is someone's gonna take a screenshot.
Oh, sorry, guys.
So we got Man City against Chelsea, and then we got Villarreal against Manchester United. So it looks
And
like Manchester.
Follow.
It looks like Manchester United is going to win their second Europa Cup in like 3 or 4 years.
Don't count on it. Don't count on it. Don't count on it at all. I wouldn't say that, George. I would not say that. By the way,
No.
Fonseca got sacked.
Who?
Fonseca got sacked.
Yeah, Mourinho's taking it over.
No,
Mourinho
but
signed.
taking over next year. I'm saying, is he finishing the
No,
season?
for next year. For next year, he's finishing the season.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got sacked though.
Well, no, sacked meaning he's immediately out. So is he immediately out, or is he
No,
finishing?
they told him he's done at the end of the year.
Okay.
He still got sacked. They just told him, listen, you go bye-bye at the end of the season.
Well, it's the end of his contract. So
Yeah, they don't owe him anything.
Is it the end of his contract? You sure?
yeah,
I think so.
yeah, end of contract.
He was there 2 years,
Yes.
right, George?
No, it's more. 3 years, no?
He was there for 3 years.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think
No
it's
way.
2 years.
No
Because
way.
He signed. He came from Shakhtar Donetsk. If he signed only a 2-year deal, he's stupid.
The question here is, do you guys think that Mourinho is going to do a good job at Roma? George.
I mean, look, I don't. Mourinho is going to have to adapt to a different reality. Well, Mourinho's not going to get the. He's not going to get the. He's not going to have the budget that he had at all these other clubs. So he's going to. You're seeing desperation. Because Mourinho of 2-3 years ago, you would never sign with a team like Roma. You would never sign with a team like Roma. But there's nothing out there, unless he comes to Sporting to coach CR7 também.
Right. So you got, and Nelson, do you feel the same way or no?
Listen, I think Mourinho's coaching style is done. I don't like his style. He's very defensive. He hasn't won anything like I don't know how many years now. And
Not that many years. 2 years.
and yeah, but you didn't win a title. You won a cup or whatever the hell it was.
That's a title, no?
And I just don't like his style. I look at Tottenham team. You cannot tell me they don't got great offensive players. They got great players. Kane, Kane, whatever you pronounce his name.
So many finals have they been in the last 5 years?
How many finals total?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Just
I
so
don't
you
know.
guys-
I don't like his coaching style. He reminds me a lot of the coach from Atletico Madrid. Say, you got players and you don't attack. It's like you like playing the 0-0 game and hope for a chance and win with nothing. Like I hate his coaching style. I don't like his coaching style at all.
just so you guys know, so sorry, George. He was there.
No,
He got appointed July 1st, 2019 at Roma. So he's been there from 2019
2 years.
since now.
2 years. 2 years.
He was at
But-
Shakhtar for 3.
Yeah. So, but you know what, Nelson? That's what you just said is very when you just look at it just like that, it's very vanilla if you don't go in depth. Because if you look in depth, Spain, who holds the record for the most amount of points and goals in Spain? In one year, what club?
It was Mourinho, Real. Wasn't it Real's
If you go to-
that year?
If you go to England, when he won with Chelsea, it was attacking soccer. It wasn't defensive soccer. Right.
That's what I'm saying. He has changed a lot. Like his last coaching positions are completely different. Like you can't tell me he plays attacking soccer because if you go look at the Tottenham games, they get outshot in every game almost. The other team has more possession almost every game. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't see anything special anymore.
Nelson.
Rome is
Can I
not
tell you?
Juventus. Rome is not Inter. Rome is not AC Milan. Rome is not even Napoli at this moment.
Mhm.
And
Yep, I agree.
Unless they're willing to spend a lot of money to make the team better, he's going to be fighting for fifth, sixth place.
I'm
I
going
agree
to
with
tell you, Nelson. You were talking about tactics. Do you know that he actually has talked about it? Do you know what his number one thing that he wants to do? Mourinho. We're talking about Mourinho.
I'm guessing hold that score 0-0 as long as he can.
No, and tactically, like in the actual gameplay, what he's looking to do.
Counterattack?
Right, but counterattack what though? He's trying to counterattack the counterattack. He says it all the time. The way that he wants to change his style of play is he wants to change in terms of counterattack the counterattack. So when the opponent team is countering, he wants to counter off that, which is very difficult to do. And you got to have the right players.
You got to have the players. I mean, and listen, don't get me wrong. Like if you look at the English soccer, I mean, no team even comes close right now to the squad that Man City has. I mean, all you got to do is look at. I don't know if you guys noticed this. I'll ask you guys if you noticed this. Did you know that the two games the Man City played for the Champions League semis? Did you guys notice they didn't play with a forward? Both games they didn't play with a forward.
Yeah.
I mean, that team is so good that they play games without forwards, and it's not like they don't have forwards. They still have Aguero on the bench. They still have the Gabriel Jesus on the bench, and this team play with no forwards. That team is loaded from top to bottom. Bench. I got a feeling they got great players, like fucking cleaning the toilets over there. I mean, that team is just loaded from top to bottom. It's sick how good that team is offensively. And then when you have a guy like
it's not that it's loaded. I mean, in these it's a well balanced team. And he's got those two young kids up front too. That they're ridiculous.
Ruben Diaz is having an amazing year, amazing. And
well, I think and it's not because he came from Benfica, but I think I think he had the impact on Manchester City that Van Dijk had in Liverpool.
And Bruno Fernandes, a Man U, like players that came in and had a crazy impact. And then another one is like the Belgium kid. He's having a year like this guy. He's probably one of the best in the world right now, Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, yeah.
Yeah, the guy is just on a complete other level. You know what I mean? So when we look at squads, yeah, like Tottenham is not even close when it comes, to Man City in the squad. I don't think any team in England at this moment is, because even Man United, they got a lot of good players, but they don't have the same. They don't have the balanced team like Man City has.
Chelsea's a very tricky team.
Yeah, but Chelsea's a team that 1 week will beat everybody, and then the next week they'll lose to freaking Brighton at home. It's like,
yeah, but they have a very, very smart coach, and they got a lot of young kids as well.
They do.
And I think they have an awesome goalkeeper as well.
Who?
Chelsea.
Which goalkeeper are you talking about, though?
The one that starts the French guys. Yeah, Mendy.
Yeah. The other guy was good too. Kepa was real good too.
He wasn't good.
Yeah,
How was he good?
He was good
in
in Spain, not in England.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good goalkeeper. I don't know what happened, But
Well, the pressure. The pressure's different.
it's like that Greek guy, Vlado Chimos. Vlado Chimos was very great, and then all of a sudden, bye-bye.
Vlado Chizos.
Listen, I still think he's their best goalkeeper, but Cableta thinks differently. What are you gonna do?
Oh, às vezes é preciso leite para ganhar. E os gajos colocaram o leite na baliza.
But listen, Nelson. Let's be honest. Late hasn't given him like points like Vlaco Dimos did like last year. Last year, Vlaco Dimos gave them points. This year, you can't say that Late gave them points.
Even this year, early in the season, the Greek guy was saving a lot of games for Benfica.
Yes. Yeah.
See, Late got a couple things going for him. This is where he got lucky. He came in at a time when Benfica's defense started gelling and playing a lot better. So if you go look at the games at the beginning of the season and you look at the number of shots that Benfica was facing compared to the number of shots that Benfica was facing when Late came in, it's a totally different story. So, you know what I mean? So this guy came in at a time the Benfica's defense was playing a lot better, allowing a lot less shots on goal. So he didn't really have to prove himself that much. But the other guy at the beginning of the season, the other guy was amazing. Like, we discussed this last time. The other guy made saves that not many goalkeepers in the world would have made.
No, you're right. I can agree with that. I mean, George, you agree with that?
I mean, I like Vlaco Dimos better.
Yeah.
I'm a Vlaco Dimos guy. Then again, I think it's not only. I think it's bad business because even if you don't want him long term, you let him play through and then you sell him at the end of the season. Nobody's going to give you any amount of money right now for a play that sat down the whole season.
Well, he's going to come at a lower cost for some club versus him being.
They're already talking about loaning him out and renewing contract and loaning him out with an option to buy.
I mean, honestly, business-wise, that wouldn't be a bad move. That wouldn't be a bad move for them. So that might be a good thing if you're looking at it in that perspective. By the way, did you see your old goalkeeper today, Varela?
No, I don't see players like that.
Jorge, go take time and listen to the second goal. Go look at the second goal that he gave up today. Wow, that was bad. That was bad. Very, very bad. Very bad.
Atan is the best keeper. This year he was.
It's arguably, yeah. You can argue that. I can see people saying that. Yeah, listen. In the beginning of the season, Max was supposed to be the starter, and he beat him out, and he never let go. So that's it. Someone is saying here that Vlaco Dimos can't play with his feet.
No, the problem with Vlaco Dimos was coming out of the posts. On the crosses, he was not. He always scared. I didn't like the
and
way he
playing
came out
with
of the press.
and playing with the feet also. But I don't think Leita is any better than him with the feet.
Let me ask you guys a question about playing with the feet. What changed in soccer that all these teams now, on the when they have a goal kick, all these teams now don't kick the ball forward anymore. All of them want to pass to the defender right there and pass it back. And I've seen so many goals happen like that already. So many goals happen like that because they make a bad pass and the forward takes the ball. What changed? Because all these teams are doing that. When did that change?
It started with the Barcelona trying to build out of the back. That's the new thing. Teams want to build out of the back. They want to catch because now teams are high pressing, right?
Yep.
Nelson. So what they're trying to do is if they can combination through real quick, you're up the field 30, 40 yards on 3-4 touches, and now you got numbers going forward while the other team is trying to recover in transitioning from attack to defense.
I don't know about you guys, but when I'm watching Sporting and they doing that, and we actually Adán already gave up a goal like that. Actually, no, 2 weeks ago, he gave up a goal like that. When I see that shit, like I'm like, why do I have to suffer on a goal kick? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, at least before I knew the ball, worst case scenario, the ball would be in midfield. You know, now I got to worry about like fucking losing the ball right there and not allowing a goal. And it's happened so many times. I've seen so many teams score goals like that. I would like to see the stats. I know it's impossible to look up those stats. There's probably stats out there somewhere. I would like to see the stats. How many teams have scored a goal coming out of the back versus how many teams have allowed a goal coming out of the back? Just to see the leverage, you know, just to see where we are right now. Just to see if it even makes sense.
Yeah.
Right now, the way even the way they're teaching kids is everything building out of the back. They don't want long balls. They don't want balls in the air or anything like that. They want to build it right out of through the back.
Yeah.
Teams are eventually. I mean, if you high press well and organized, like today, Benfica try to build out of the back. You make your first two passes. The third, and the fourth pass have to go long. That's just how it's going to be because if teams know how to press you, you're in trouble.
That's what I mean. So I'm going to look up a site. I'm sure there's got to be a place. I mean, right now they have statistics for everything. I'm going to look up a site, see if I can find that. Because I like to see if right now that makes sense or not. Because to me, it just doesn't. To me, it's frustrating. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, if there's two things I hate, is that. And I hate, like, when my team is attacking, we have a corner.
Do you remember that one, Nelson?
Which one? Yeah. There you
go.
Porto first goal against Juve. And another thing that I hate is like there's a corner, which means you all the way attacking. I remember when I played soccer, my coach always used to say, canto é meio golo. Because the ball goes to the area. There's defenders, there's forwards. It's a 50-50 chance of somebody getting the ball, right? Like, you know. So my coach used to tell me all the time, canto é meio golo. And these guys pass the ball to the guy next to him. That guy passes the ball a little back. And by the time you know it, that ball is back at your goalkeeper. From a corner, that ball is back at your fucking goalkeeper. How the hell is that even possible? That shit bothers me. But
those are wasted corners.
Exactly. Portugal in the World Cup, when we got eliminated against Uruguay, 80% of our corners, we did that. Like the short pass. I'm like, what are we doing? We got top defenders. We got Ronaldo. All guys that can jump. And we kept doing that shit. I hate that. Like that's one play I fucking can't stand. Like it really bothers me.
Can you tell our audience how many renis you would eat when you would see that corner kick play?
Oh, listen, the Portugal game. Oh my god, the Portugal game against Uruguay. I think I made holes in the wall, dude. I couldn't watch that game. It was so frustrating watching that game. Like I think I finished 2 bottles of Macallan before the game was over. You know, like, which helped me after the game was over because I fucking slept for 3 days, so it was okay. You know,
you were in a coma?
I was in a coma in the hospital for 3 days, like, you know, so it was okay, you know. But yeah, like, you know, like, I keep seeing these teams trying to reinvent the wheel. Soccer is an easy game if you play it well. You know what I mean? Like I don't. It's like you see one guy do it, everybody wants to do it. You know what I mean? And like you say, it started with Barcelona. Guess what? Not everybody's Barcelona. Barcelona passes the ball 600 times per game, which if you look at it, it's almost an insane amount of passes. Like multiply, divide 600 by 90 minutes. Like they're making passes like every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's an insane number. Then you go look at the Portugal league. I don't know if you have the stats for today's game, Benfica Porto. I guarantee you there was no more than 180 passes per team, maximum.
George, do you have that stat?
That's the Benfica game?
Yeah, Benfica Porto. How many passes did Benfica have? How many Porto? That's what I'm saying.
313 for Benfica, 387 for Porto.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's a high passing game. That's actually a very high passing game. But most times in Portugal, it's under 200 passes. But teams are not Barcelona, guys. Like, stop trying to play like Barcelona.
But hold on, Nelson, just to prove your point. So between the two teams today, they equal the amount of passes in one game for Barcelona.
Exactly. That's my point. You know what I mean? It's like, so teams are not Barcelona, guys. And remember, the days that Barcelona, Xavi, and Iniesta, I mean, those guys could play with a ball with their eyes closed. You know
how many passes were there in your Rio Ave Sporting game?
There you go. Tell me.
Rio Ave 433.
That's a good number.
425.
That's a very high number. Very high number. That's a very high number.
But that doesn't mean there's accuracy, right? Those were actually the Sporting Rio Ave game. There was a lot of accuracy. They were all over 80% accuracy.
Yeah, see, that was a very good passing game then. But it's just Barcelona is on a different level, guys. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know if you guys like your team coming out of the back playing like that. I don't like seeing Sporting play like that.
Look, I know. I mean, I was gonna say that Manchester City. I mean, they play like that, but anytime there's an opportunity for Ederson to kick the ball up for the forward, like the game against this week, the Champions League, there was another goal like that. I believe the second goal, first or second goal, that it was an assist by Ederson with that cannon foot.
Ederson is just on another level with his fucking kicks from back there.
He's got a freaking cannon, dude. He has
really
a cannon.
Does. He really does. I love watching that.
But it's yeah. I mean, they all try to imitate Guardiola and his style of play.
But they don't have the players. They don't have the players.
Exactly.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Are we talking about relegation? Because shit got interesting.
Today, yeah, that's true.
I didn't even see the standings go. Well, remember, not everybody has played yet, but right now,
only two games left.
Right, but Nacional, I think drew. Right, they drew. They had the lead and they blew it.
Really bad draw for them. They were winning 1-0, then 1-1. They were winning 2-1, and then they allowed a late goal. They also had a goal disallowed.
Yeah.
Had they won, they would still be in it. I think this did them in. The tie, allowing that goal, just killed them.
And Farense also had the lead late,
last minute
against 10, and they blew it.
Same thing. Farense, another team. I was hoping they would stay up. They had a chance today. They were same thing. They were up, and they allowed a goal like in the 92nd minute.
Boavista has their chance tomorrow to really leapfrog two teams, Rio Ave and Famalicão. Well, Famalicão also plays tomorrow, but
they ain't beating Santa Clara.
Rio Ave is in some trouble, I think.
Big trouble.
I think they're in some trouble. If they can't win soon, they're in a lot of trouble.
They still play Porto
at home, but I mean, again, they have not looked good for the last 7, 8, 9 games, Nelson?
No, and that's what I'm saying. I think Rio Ave is in a lot of trouble. That's why when I said they play Porto, I meant to add on to that. Like, they still got to play Porto. Who they play next week? I don't know who they play next week, but the following week they play Porto.
The schedule goes as follows. Porto play Farense at Santa Clara.
Oh, no, they done. They done. They're done. I think Rio Ave is done. I think they're going to lose the next 2 games. I think they'll lose to Santa Clara and they'll lose to Porto.
Benfica is at Nacional and Sporting hosts Boa Vista. Guimarães hosts Famalicão, which is also going to be a problem. And that's really it. I mean,
the last game of the season, there's some dandy of games down there in the relegation zone.
the relegation zone.
I'm praying that Maritimo needs to win the last game and we send them to the 2nd division. I'm praying for that.
Dude,
That would
Maritimo-
be-
They have some
that would
tough
be
games.
icing on the cake.
Well, no, I'm sorry, not the last game. The next to last game. Next to last game, you got some games. You got Farense Tondela.
Yes.
You got
Boa Vista, Portimonense.
Famalicão Nacional, Boa Vista, Portimonense,
Benfica Sporting.
Marítimo.
Marítimo
Talking about
Guimarães.
big teams. Marítimo Guimarães.
Marítimo Guimarães is going to be tough.
Listen, you
And,
don't.
And
guys
then,
don't-
you got Gil Vicente Boa Vista, last game of the season.
That's a big game.
It's going to be tough.
You don't think JJ wants to beat Sporting so they don't finish undefeated?
Of course, he wants to beat Sporting. Of course.
Actually, George, the last game of the season, I don't know if you said this because I didn't catch it. Nacional and Rio Ave, the last game of the season.
Mhm.
That might be the game that. Wow.
No, because I think Nacional will be done, Bruno, because I think they had their chance today. Had they won today, they would have had 27 points, I believe. No, 20, how many points? Yeah, I think they would have had 27. Now they got 25, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 25. They got 25.
So I think had they won today, they would have been right there with Farense. You know what I mean? Like, I think that loss today killed them. I think they're done.
Boa Vista, if Boa Vista can win tomorrow against Tondela, I think they have a fighting shot at getting out. I think they have a fighting shot.
If they
Because
lose
they're going to win
tomorrow-
next week. They're going to win next week at Sporting. So
Yo, ever since I came on the show a few weeks ago, all I heard was this team is going to beat Sporting next week. This team is going to beat Sporting
vai
next week.
ganhar. Epa, eventually I'm going to get it right.
you
I
got
mean,
to
you
run
can
for
say that-
you got to run
Oh.
for 31 weeks in a row, so you might as well keep trying. You know, like
Nelson, I mean, you've been trying for 19 years and you finally got it right. Like, it's my turn, right? I gotta try 31 weeks.
yeah, I got it.
É tipo o Isaías lá do Benfica. O gajo estava 40 vezes por jogo. Marcava um golo. Mas tinha que tentar. Hein?
Hey, that's you're right. I get it. Eventually, you get it. It might not be this season, but I do not.
We all know next year you guys are going to finish in what? I'm going to predict now what? 8th place? O Sporting.
is that your prediction?
No, I'm not saying that again because that's what I predicted Sporting to be this year. 8th place, and look what happened.
Dude, they're going to sell a lot of guys, George.
Look, I said 8th place, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Look, Malone.
Pô, nem preciso colocar um melão na cabeça, pinta só a testa, caralho. Já fica igual.
No more. None of that stuff. None of those predictions anymore.
That's it. You're done. You're not going to go out on a limb.
And I'll say this, George. This is the moment that I'm going to see if promises, like if people keep up their promises. So there's a benfiquista, Lampião, o Rui Pinho. You know who he is. A gente fez uma aposta. Que se o Benfica fosse campeão, se o Porto fosse campeão, eu tinha que colocar uma camisa dessas equipas para ficar ali, para Jackson Street Bridge, não sei o quê, né? E se o Sporting fosse campeão, ele tinha que ir num float do Sporting, com a camisa do Sporting, a gritar para o Sporting.
No
I know he's
floats
not
this
going to do
year.
it.
No floats this year at the Portuguese Day Parade.
I know there's going to be no floats, but I also know that he's not going to put the jersey on. But I got that shit on text, and I'm going to blast him all over the fucking place because you guys know if I lost the bet, I would have done it. You know what I mean? I would hate to do it, but I would have done it. But I know he's not going to do it because
Look, I'm gonna give you a gift this year. Since it's 19 years and you waited a long time, I'm gonna give you an oldie Sporting shirt that I have.
Oh, thank you.
How much dust does it have?
No, now true story. This Sporting shirt was a shirt that I always used over my Benfica shirt anytime Sporting played Porto.
I remember that.
That's how much I hated Porto.
I remember that.
But agora o Sporting took that place, so now I need to figure out things.
Well,
I think we're going to sell players. I think we're going to sell a lot of players. I think we have to. But it all depends who arrives. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't think Sporting has a chance next year because you guys didn't think Sporting has a chance this year.
Hey, talking about players, did you guys read that? Did you guys read that noticia? Who's the kid from Botafogo? They're saying that there was an offer by a Portuguese team for 23 million, 17-year-old forward.
Yeah.
Who was that, bro? What team was that? Was it
They
you?
don't
That's
say.
got
They don't say, but I think they're trying to imply that it's Sporting.
20, excuse me. I'm confused. 23 mil Japanese yens? Or
Dude.
okay.
What difference does it make? We can buy him for 100 million. A gente não paga, caralho. Que diferença é que faz? You know? We can go buy Messi and Haaland and Mbappe. Doesn't matter. The other teams would never see the money.
No, but you think it was Sporting that did that?
That's what they're saying. They think they implied it was Sporting.
I gotta take a look at.
Did you guys read that
I gotta take a
article?
look at the kid.
This guy from Sporting told Sporting they should have bought Haaland. And Haaland was interested in coming to Sporting. And the price was $2.5 million.
And they said no.
Yeah, I mean,
And Sporting said no because, they thought it was a little too high for a 17-year-old. I mean, what the
Well,
fuck, man?
Sporting is used to turning down really good players.
Well, that's exactly. Actually, I was gonna touch on this. Remember, they're getting 23 million right now from the Champions League, so they just might go and spend more on this kid. So I don't know. Do you remember? You guys obviously remember Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was offered to Estrela Amadora, and Estrela Amadora said, "No, that guy's it's too expensive," which it wasn't. I mean, it would have been what, a third of their budget at the time. And they just said no. Look at the amount of money that they would have made.
Listen,
Well, Sporting had a player that actually I think either signed with them and never played, or that they were about to sign and they didn't sign. Rijkaard.
Yes.
listen, that's different. That was George Gonçalves. He wanted to win the presidency. He promised Rijkaard. He brought him on the field, and then the next week he was gone. I mean, as simple as that. Like, come on, that was all a show. One player that played in Portugal actually was Diego Costa. He actually played in Portugal.
Yeah. He played for Braga.
And for somebody no, Braga loaned them out. Braga loaned them out to somebody.
To Penafiel.
Played for Penafiel. Penafiel he played for.
So I mean, it happens a lot.
Well,
That Holland kid, freaking Dortmund, is going to make a killing on him.
Oh,
now it's happening way too often, Nelson, where they're getting offered to go to Portugal and they've decided to go elsewhere. Like the Portuguese clubs don't invest in them, and then they go somewhere else and they become stars, like really big stars.
yeah, but listen, things have changed a lot. Like, back in the day, you needed a minimum amount of Portuguese players on your team, or a minimum amount of Spanish players on a Spanish team. All that things changed. They changed all this for the big teams to get bigger and the little teams to have no chance. They want teams with money to make money, and that's what happened. I mean, I remember when Sporting could not play, with 10 Brazilian players. You know what I mean? Now there's teams in Portugal, they might not even have a Portuguese player. It's like a fucking... Parece o Botafogo do lado do norte, caralho.
Well, Nacional, for example. Oh, Nacional now Nacional gets a lot of Arabic guys now. They get a lot of guys from Algeria and Liberia or whatever. They get some hookup and that's it. They get an agent. And they bring in the
Is this true, Bruno? Thiago Silva was in Porto B team?
He was. But he
That's
didn't
what I'm
apply himself. He didn't apply himself either, though. It was like, remember Luis Fabiano? Luis Fabiano, when he got to Porto, he was supposed to be a star, and he never became that star. And then when Porto gave up on him relatively quick, why? They basically told him, look, and his agent told him, like, if you go back to Brazil, you're never going to come back to Europe. So you got to go somewhere else, but you have to apply yourself. You can't do what you did in Portugal. And he went to Sevilla, and the rest is history.
Listen, and that's the thing. That's the thing with a lot of guys. Listen, there's one player that I hate, Neymar. But I'll tell you one thing, guys. If Neymar applied himself 80% of what Cristiano Ronaldo applies himself to the game,
Oh,
Neymar would be a monster in the game. Monster. The guy without trying, the guy without practicing, the guy without hustling, the guy going on vacation all the time, he's still a great player. Imagine this guy if he applied himself like Ronaldo.
yeah, but that's not happening. That's like
That's what I'm
Messi.
saying.
If Messi would apply himself like Ronaldo, so
Oh, forget it. Because these guys have the natural talent. You know what I mean? Like they they can do whatever they want with the ball. You know, whatever they want. But
Epa, no bus no apple juice.
No, it's the last one. I'm gonna sleep like a baby, like dream about the title already. I gotta wake up early. I'm building a float for Tuesday. So
By yourself?
Yeah. I'm building it by myself.
A one-man float.
I'm building my anti-dust protection over here. I'm ready for it. The cloud is not gonna get me. The cloud is not gonna get me.
When you offline, right? Can you send me the address to the bank you're working at? Because I want to be there all day Tuesday, just beeping the horn outside, like nonstop, like all day, nonstop. Make sure you guys shut off make sure you guys close the bank early.
No,
Are you gonna go there? Are you gonna walk in with the same mask?
I'm protected against the cloud that's coming.
I
Hey,
hope you did, right?
you're gonna walk in with the same mask.
It's called the Neftalina cloud. Neftalina cloud.
I hope you didn't buy that mask just for that, because that's what the hell mask is that? What the fuck?
It'll be a green one. It'll be green.
It's like this, Nelson. If you haven't noticed, he's got a unicorn on top, and it's like Sporting's titles. It's so rare. You get what I'm saying?
Unicorns are not rare.
I know they're not, but almost just about. I mean, let's be honest. Vocês são os campeões do Covid.
Listen, all I know is ganhamos o campeonato de inverno.
O Moinho está farto de celebrar campeonatos de Natal.
You guys didn't expect us to get the one in May, though. I'm just pissed off. Like, I wish I could go to Portugal, and this fucking sucks.
Não podes ir, pá. Não
I
podes
know I
ir.
can't. I know I can't.
Não podes ir.
And
E já-
that sucks.
Well, how old are you? You're 40 something.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
right.
you gotta wait
47.
another. So when you're ready to retire, you'll go back.
No, I'm actually going there in September, so, but I wanted to go.
No, I
next
mean
year.
to celebrate a title, you'll have to wait until you're like 60 something to go back.
Oh,
Why don't you go there in August and we'll go watch Benfica kick Sporting's ass in the Super Tats?
because I can, because I got a wedding in September, so I'm gonna go in September. I'll
You're
be
getting
honest
married.
with you guys.
You're getting married?
No, fuck that.
Oh,
I'll be honest with you guys. I'll make a bold prediction right now. Like, you can write it down so we can check it. Like, if I'm right or wrong,
all right.
we're gonna win the next 15 titles in a row. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can write that shit down.
Did you steal somebody's bottles that we know?
No, why? What bottles?
I'm just asking.
I didn't steal anybody's bottles. These are my bottles.
With your
Oh, I get it,
predictions.
I get it. Okay,
With your
I got it now,
predictions.
I got it.
With your predictions.
All right, hold on. Bruno wrote it down. Bruno, who predicted 2-0 Sporting last week?
No, I didn't write that down. Here, I'll tell you what I wrote down.
I predicted 2-0
I predicted 2-0.
for Rio Ave.
It says here at 10:14 at night on 426, Letra 9-point lead, easy, and I put in the exclamation point, easy.
See? Almost there.
Tá
After-
quase. Faltou
É.
quase. Sabes quantas vezes que eu ouvi o Sporting foi quase campeão? Quase.
Many. But listen, I'll be honest with you, and I hate to say this, like I'm actually rooting for you guys Monday, but I have a feeling that you don't win Monday. I think we're gonna be champs on Monday.
Listen, if we don't win Monday, then we don't deserve to beat Jorge Costa and Farense, because Farense right now they can't score for the life of them. Yes, they scored 2 goals today, but one of them was a gift. If foi lá o Pedro, olha, foi aquele Pedro Henrique que ele marcou o gol sem saber nem escrever. The ball actually hit his shin guard and it went in.
It
Accidentally.
happens. Sometimes it's better that way. It's better than having Brian Ruiz kick the ball to the moon. I would rather
Has it landed yet or no?
Not yet. They're still looking for it. They still looking for that shit. Fucking. That's why we. I think Elon Musk, like with his space program, that's why they set it up. Actually, like he's actually looking for the fucking ball.
Olha, tens aqui gajo a dizer: o Jorge vai-te arranjar uma banqueira cheia de dinheiro e vamos ver se não casas outra vez.
Oh, fuck. No, like, okay.
Arranjar uma banqueira para os outros. Primeiro arranja uma para mim, do que arranjo para os outros. What are you talking
Let me
about?
take that back. I'll make an announcement. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm actually dating Melinda Gates right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm actually dating her. So
That's some good McAllen you work. That works good.
Does she know that you're dating her?
oh, she knows. We got like. I wish I could share a picture right here. I even have a picture together with her. Can I share a picture here? How can I share a
Go
picture?
ahead.
No,
Huh?
you can't.
You can't.
I
Right?
thought weren't you dating Bezos' ex-wife?
I was, but she cheated. So, sorry, I dumped the whore. So now I'm dating Melinda. Like Melinda, oh my god, what an angel! Like it's so awesome. We play bingo every night. We put M&Ms in alphabetical order. We have such amazing time. We have like great times every night.
Alphabetical order, M&M's? What about Skittles? You don't implement Skittles?
No, Skittles. That's when she wants to get kinky. Then I do the Skittles on her.
Then you can taste the rainbow, right?
Then she's like, oh, don't forget, go get the Skittles in the funnel. Let's have some fun.
That's when you want to taste the rainbow, right? Right, Nelson?
I'm not drinking anymore. So yeah,
These guys are too much.
But, you know, that's free publicity to M&M and Skittles, right?
exactly. Like now a moment from our sponsors.
Já é muitos, pá, já é muitos.
No,
Ladies, tem que uns Skittles não, uns Snickers para comer os Snickers.
the shoes.
All right, guys, let's quickly choose the games for next week. It will be Sunday, Monday,
and Tuesday.
and Tuesday, and Wednesday. There are games Wednesday. All right, so it's Paços Ferreira Marítimo, Gil Vicente Braga, Portimonense Moreirense, and then Porto Farense. I will choose the score, Nelson, first. Porto wins. Porto will beat Farense 3-0. Nelson.
Porto 2, Farense 0.
Jorge.
Jorge Costa abre as pernas. Porto 4, Farense 0.
I don't think it's going to be like that. Olha o Molingas outra vez. Molingas is so desperate. He's like praying. Pá, eu quero ser campeão no sofá. Santa Clara, Rio Ave, Tondela, Belenenses, Nacional, Benfica. George.
Nacional Benfica. 3-0 Benfica.
At Nacional?
Yeah, and
Wow. Nelson.
2-0 Benfica.
I say 1-1.
Okay.
Watch out for Nacional. Sporting Boa Vista, Nelson.
It's a title. It's a party. It's the let's get drunk and fucking forget the next day it's work day. I say Sporting 3, Boa Vista 0.
3-0. Okay.
Yes.
Jorge.
2-1.
2-1 Sporting.
Sporting.
And I say 1-2 Boa Vista. You heard it here. People is going to go in there and ruin the party.
We heard it here for the past 3 weeks, and you were wrong every week.
And it's, like I told you, it's going to be like Isaías. I'm going to be taking shots every day. Até acertar. 2-1. It's going to be. Como é que é? O Alberto. What was his name? George. Alberto. Como é que chama o gajo?
I don't even know one player on Boa Vista.
Alberto wishful thinking.
O Alberto wishful thinking.
I don't know one player there.
Yeah, you do. 100. Remember this name, Angel Gomes. You'll remember that name. Ellis, Albert Ellis. Ellis and Gomes are the ones that got to score.
Oh, nice. When?
Olha, amanhã, marco amanhã e só para treinar para terça-feira.
Okay, so it's for these.
Amanhã e terça-feira. You heard it here. His new nickname is going to be McCallum. That's because you're going to be drinking so much after that goal that freaking Maluk.
And somehow I'm the only one that picks the right scores every week. Imagine if I didn't drink. I should have put money on the right scores. I got the right scores right on the money.
You've been doing pretty good. If you were on FOPS, which is the fans of Portuguese soccer page, you probably would have been champion. Ganhava no leitão.
I probably would have. I've been very good lately.
You haven't been that bad.
No.
We'll see. We'll see. Vamos ver.
Right.
Bom.
When is the next show? Like, is it the day of the title?
Well, are you going to be around?
I'm sure. I don't know if I'll be standing, but I'll be around.
Then you do it laying down the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I might do it from the shower, trying to wash the alcohol away. It's all good.
Well, are you going to be wearing your CR7 underwear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We should do it Tuesday. I think we should do it Tuesday, I'm guessing.
You want to do it Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
George, are you available Tuesday? George is available Tuesday. He says he doesn't have his date with the Banqueira.
I might do it live. I might do it live from Lar dos Leões. You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
I vejo o Lar dos Leões. Olha, falhou a rede. Tu pagaste o bill, pá.
Oh, shit. All right, listen. Don't forget, I did not sign the release form. Don't forget that shit. I'll shut down YouTube. But now, on another note, guys, like, if you don't mind me saying something. So today in the group, right, I saw a lot of back and forth, like people cursing at each other. And this goes from both teams. I'm not picking teams. I'm not singling teams out. And whoever is listening that's in the group, guys, like, it's a sport. At the end of the day, we all friends. We all know each other, guys. Like, you guys never saw me. You can go back in my entire Facebook page. You never saw me chamar filho da puta outro adepto. You never saw me chamar cabrão outro adepto. You never saw me saying, I'll beat the shit out of you if I saw you in person. You guys never saw me do any of that. Win or lose, you guys never saw me do that. Guys, it's only a game. We're here to have fun. These players go out to dinner afterwards. These players hang out together afterwards. Let's enjoy the game. Let's enjoy the game. Let's not destroy friendships and shit over a soccer game. They don't pay our bills, guys. They'll never pay our bills. If anything, we pay their bills. And it's just stupid, guys. I just ask everybody, like, take a step back, relax, have a shot of tequila, before you go out and do dumb shit.
Did you sign a release form to say that?
No, I did not.
Okay.
It's just my opinion.
Go out and get that this motivational video.
No, we're from our
comes
sponsor.
out. It comes out once every 19 years. So it's a special edition. Put it in
you
your
know,
treasure chest.
you know what it's
Put
called?
it in
You
your
know what it's
treasure
called?
chest so your grandkids can see it.
George, do you know what it's called? Letra
What?
Leaks.
Yeah, that's right. E agora, um sponsorship. Comprimidos, Remy. Tomem 2 por dia, que cura a sua azia. Good night.
Letra Leaks.
Literal leaks.
Well, guys, once again, it was an entertaining show. We were almost for 2 hours at this.
Oh, it went
It
by
was
fast.
150 comments on our.
We had
on
a
our
lot of
page.
comments. I know.
Yeah.
Well, probably about 45 of them was from Michael Matias asking if Pep should have got a red card or not.
Yes, he should have. Michael Matias. I know Michael. Yes, Michael. You should have got a red card.
Michael, this is how it works. Pep got the same treatment that Pizzi, Tavares, and Vertonghen got at the Dragão. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, and I see Victor commenting on the flags. I want to congratulate Victor because not congratulate Victor. I want to apologize because English Town is going to be less movement because Victor's not selling his stuff.
His stuff,
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he was getting close. He was getting nervous.
Look at this. I still have this from 20 years ago, guys. Look at this.
Hold on. Oh, it's coming through. It's coming through the computer.
Bro, this is from 20 years ago, guys. I flew to Portugal. I went to watch the game, Sporting Benfica. We actually lost. We dominated. It was raining like a bitch that day. We lost the game 1-0. So we actually didn't win the title that week. We won the following week when we beat Salgueiros on the road 4-0. But I flew to Portugal to watch the game, and it was a crazy flight. I still remember, like, the entire flight was filled with Portuguese fans. I don't know how that plane didn't crash because we were jumping and singing the entire flight. The flight attendants gave up. They're like, all right, you guys want to sing, just sing. And it was an overnight flight, and we were jumping up and down the entire flight. And then I went to watch the game. We lost. And then I had to walk all the way to my cousin's house because we didn't drive to the stadium because we knew there was going to be crazy traffic. So I walked so much, like, next to the highway, and Benfica fans would just be blowing their horn. That night, I wanted to fight everybody. I was jumping in the middle of the road, trying to beat up on people driving by. Like, yeah, that night I was bad. But you know what? I'm a changed person, guys. Don't do what I did in the past. Relax. Love each other. God loves everybody. All right? Like, remember that.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, all right? And if peace and love doesn't
Literally
work,
something.
drink Macallan. That shit fucking works. Trust me.
Well, Bruno's saying that he watched the game with you at Tio Pep.
That was the Salgueiros game, not Benfica game.
No, that's what he's saying. He's saying the Salgueiros game.
Yeah, the Salgueiros game, yeah. Like, yes.
So you went there for 1 week and came back?
Yeah, I went there for the weekend because I thought we were going to be champs.
Ay, Jesus. You sound like the Benfica fans that flew to the Taça UEFA final.
Yeah, dude, that was bad. That was
in
very
Dublin. The final Taça UEFA final in Dublin.
Yeah,
What's
they
the
lost.
problem with that? No, we didn't even play in Dublin.
Benfica didn't play in Dublin, though.
We didn't play in Dublin. We played in
What the hell
Turin.
what are you talking about?
Exactly. My point is,
It was
when
Braga.
Benfica
It was Braga.
played
It was Braga Porto in Dublin. We lost against
Yeah.
Braga.
I'm going to explain the story. When Benfica played Braga after the first leg and they won 1-0 or whatever it was, they started to sell tickets on the Benfica TV for the final.
Oh, okay.
Estás a perceber?
Tô.
So all these Benfica fans bought all those tickets thinking they were going to go to the final with Porto. And they went to the final without Benfica.
Wow. Because there was no refunds, right?
That's it.
Bruno always comes up with these sad
I met them
stories.
there. No, I met them there, though. I met them.
Just said stuff.
That George, you knew exactly what fan they were when they were wearing a Portugal jersey.
Of course. Of course. There was only two options.
They could have just sold the tickets. I would never go and see a Porto game.
But the problem was the package included the flight. So you couldn't get rid of the flight.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you're right. It could have been only two fans, either Irish fans that were not rooting for anybody.
They didn't even. A lot of them didn't know because they don't. Soccer there is ironically, soccer there wasn't. It's like not the number one. It's what is it? Irish football or something like that. I forget.
Rugby.
Gaelic football.
Huh.
I don't even know what that is. I
Yeah,
thought
You know
exactly.
what that is? Is that a drinking game?
Yeah, it
that a
has to be a
drinking
drinking game. Fucking drugs.
Yeah, it starts on one side of Temple Bar and it ends all the way at the end.
Yeah, it's got to be that.
That's
But
on
you
a
know, but you know
Tuesday
what?
afternoon.
You know what? Ireland is actually one of the countries that I want to visit. And
Listen,
I hate countries without beaches and stuff like that. But it's the only country that I want to
You're
visit.
just gonna get drunk because there's nothing else there. Like it's
No,
all
just
fucking-
the castles and all that green stuff.
The castles.
green stuff.
Have you been to White
Yeah.
Castle in America? You got plenty of those here.
No, thank you. I don't need it. I don't need the runs.
Oh, I will say that Ireland was a very good experience. So if you got to listen, me and my friend that went, we actually met the entire Porto team by accident at one of the castles that we went to visit. They were just walking around. We happened to do tour, and they came right in. I actually have the newspaper somewhere. We were there.
I've done a couple of those trips. Those trips are cool.
Yeah, if anyone that is listening that I never got an opportunity to go to something like that, like my friend wanted to go to Denmark, I think. I told him, dude, I can't go to Denmark. If I go to Denmark, I'm never coming home.
You got to do Czech Republic. You got to do Czech Republic and Romania.
Oh,
No,
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Turkey too.
No,
Hungria, letra.
if you do,
Hungary too.
if
I
you do,
want to
yeah,
do
all
Czech
those countries
Republic.
right there.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic,
Republic.
Romania, Hungary. If you do those countries, you're never coming back.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now, Nelson. Listen to me very closely. If I go to Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, I'm not coming home. That's it.
I've been to Iceland like 10 times. It's great, but you coming home. Now, if you go, like,
No.
if you
You're
go to
not
Hungary-
understanding. I'm not coming home, dude.
Yeah, but the girls are nice. I've been there. The girls are nice. Trust me. I've been there 10 times. I've been to Iceland 10 times. I've been there 10 times.
Yes. I
really
told you.
have.
I told you before we went on.
It's not a lie. I've been there 10 times.
I told you before we went on that he was traveling to Iceland all the time for
I
work.
used to travel the world. I used to travel all over the world. Russia, Singapore, Hong Kong. I've been all over the world. Now, Iceland was nice, but it's only nice on the weekends. During the week, there's no people on the streets. None. They go out Fridays and Saturdays like the world is going to end on Sunday. All right? They drink Friday and Saturday like the world is going to collapse on Sunday. All right? But the rest of the week, nobody goes out. The rest of the week, nobody goes out. I've met a lot of people there. Iceland, girls from Iceland, Norway. Like, I met tons of people there. But if you go to Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, listen.
He's giving a plug to that thing that he had on his TV monitor the other day.
Yeah, listen. You might never.
I see you, Nelson.
Bad. When I was in Amsterdam, I met a good friend of mine. She's a great friend now. She's from Romania, and she told me that in Romania she's ugly, and I'm like, I'm moving there tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, if she was ugly, the other ones, and I'm like, are you guys friendly? Oh my God, way more friendly than me. You have to see my friend. It's so amazing over there. I'm telling you, like, we got to check it out. Maybe we should do a show from there next season.
I like your thinking.
I actually went to see I went to see an Europa League game, Benfica Paris Saint-Germain. You know the game that David Luiz is his first game. He substituted Luizão that got hurt in the first half. I was there for that one. I flew for a day to watch the game there.
So you flew there and came back same day?
So no, that specific day, what we did, we flew. It was funny because it was on one of those hour change nights.
Okay.
So we got delayed a whole bunch of time in Newark Airport, but we flew from here at night. We got there 6 a.m. Fizemos uma direta until the game, The game happened. Fizemos outra direta. We were going to the, Moulin Rouge, whatever that crap is called, all those things. And then at 6 in the morning, we flew to Portugal. We stayed there for 2 days, and then came back right away the same way.
That's crazy.
I've gone to see. I went to see the Champions League game in Portugal, the Benfica Barcelona. That was literally 1 day. Went in, watched the game, came back. That was before I had kids. I could do those things not anymore.
Yeah, now it's tough.
But go Iceland. Check out Iceland. It's nice. But just go from Thursday to Sunday. You don't need to go any more than that. Trust me.
Thursday to Sunday.
And you got to stay in Reykjavik, which is the capital. Talk to me offline about Iceland. I know everything about Iceland. I know all the spots, all the tourist spots to visit. I know everything there.
No, I like your idea of Czech Republic.
Oh, Czech
Nice.
Republic.
Nice castles to look at, Nelson.
Nice what?
Nice castles to look at.
Not in
Nice
Iceland. Nice vacas.
Vodkas.
But do me a favor, Bruno. Before you go there, go to the tanning salon over here.
The tanning salon.
Yes. So Iceland is
You gotta get 10.
is pretty much 100% white people.
Okay.
So the darker you are, the more they love you for the weekend because they barely see people like you.
So we're exotic.
Yeah. So you look exotic to them. So you don't
Right.
want to go there looking all white and shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta go tan.
Too much, dude.
You gotta go tan. You gotta get a nice tan. Like go to the tanning booth. Wear a thong, like a nice tanning line and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just fucking and just ball out. I'm telling you, dude, that place is fucking. I'm telling you, like I've been there 10 times. I'm not even joking with you. I've been there 10 times.
I know that but listen, we actually made the wrong deal. We should have made the deal with Bruno that he would have to pay our trip to Budapest.
Budapest is fucking awesome too. Like I'm telling you, like Bruno knows. I'm telling you, Budapest is the place to go. Those Eastern Europe countries, where everything is like, it's like everybody's hoping to come to America one day, and everything's so loosey. Like I'm telling you, it's a great place to go to.
Lucy, who's Lucy?
Huh?
Who's Lucy?
Not the loose cigarettes. They just
No, Lucy. Who's Lucy?
no Lucy. LOO. Yeah.
There's a reason why they call it. There's a reason why they call it Budapest.
That's right.
This guy's out of control.
Hey, we're not only a soccer show, we're a traveling soccer show. You see that?
Yeah. Now we just plug in countries. We should send a bill to all these countries for plugging them on the show.
For real. But I'm telling you,
We gotta think about that.
I mean, if anyone that's out there that has an opportunity to go and travel to watch their club away,
Yeah. Away.
They should do
Gotta be away. Yeah.
they should do it.
Absolutely.
You meet fans like I met a Portista from California. I met one from Australia when I went to Ireland. So it's kind of neat to meet people from all different parts of the world.
We actually sold one ticket that we had for Benfica Paris Saint-Germain to a Portista that traveled to watch the game too. No joke.
Really?
No joke. Nice guy. It was cool. We go ahead, Nels.
No, I was just going to say, but I'll be honest with you guys. The passion for soccer in other countries, like when I used to go to London all the time, like, I watch Arsenal live, I watch Chelsea live. And, I mean, these guys can be playing a 4th division team for the FA Cup or whatever cup, and they pack the stadium.
Yeah.
It's completely insane how much love they got for the team, for the game, And same thing, I went to watch Ajax. Beautiful stadium. Ajax Stadium is beautiful.
Yeah.
I went to watch them live also. And, so much passion. And then in Portugal, if it's not one of the 3 teams, these teams have, 1,000 fans in the stands, 500 fans in the stands. And then you go to... what is that?
Esses gajos, pá.
Não dá para ver. Castelo quê?
Encantado.
Que é isso?
O Bruno está com o castelo branco.
Te querias tu.
Oh, that's you over there. That's you in that jacket, right? In the middle?
Yeah. That's when I met the whole team. This is Jornal of Bola.
Oh, they took a picture of you guys?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
look, this was the front cover.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Crazy.
I
mean-
saved it as a souvenir.
Don't get me wrong.
should.
You
Should
did play
say.
Braga.
Huh?
You did play Braga in the final, right?
They got to the final.
I know, like you guys have been luck with the draws a couple of times. One year you played Monaco in the final of the Champions League.
Yeah, but they knocked off the Galacticos that year, bro.
What about the year before in the Europa League? Celtics. Celtic.
Yeah, but that Celtic was strong. It wasn't the Celtic of what Celtic is now. The Celtic then was strong. Dude, like I've told you guys in the past, a lot of our younger listeners have no idea, but back in the day, going to Scotland, playing Celtic or Rangers, and you get a draw was a very, very good result.
Of course,
Now-
Celtic has a lot of history in Europe, you know. And but the one game that I remember a lot from Porto was the Bayern Munich game. I believe Porto won 2-1 in the final.
Mhm.
And I think Magyar is the one that scored with
Calcanhar.
Calcanhar. Kijk
Yeah.
Marco
Which one?
Calcanhar.
What are you
Pretty
talking
much.
about?
For Magyar, right?
Yeah.
That was a crazy game. That was a great game. I remember.
You're
that.
talking about against Bayern Munich?
Yeah, the final.
we were heavily underdogs. They were to the point that people were asking, "What are you guys doing here? You guys are going to just lose."
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
I remember that game.
and then Juari was the one that scored the game winner.
What year was that? 89?
86,
89,
86?
88.
86, 87.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was later.
But remember, we actually beat a harder team in the semifinal, which was Dynamo Kiev. A lot of people don't remember, but Dynamo Kiev was probably the best team in the world at the time.
Yeah, because remember back then it was still the Soviet Union, right? Like
Yes.
those teams. Like, listen, before Czech Republic broke up from Czechoslovakia, before it was Czechoslovakia,
Yeah,
all those
Czechoslovakia.
countries used to have great national teams. Great
Yugoslavia,
national teams.
Yugoslavia.
Yeah, Yugoslavia, Croatia, like if you look at the breakdown, same thing with Russia. Russia was Russia, Belarus, and
Yeah.
it's all these countries. It's like 10 different countries now. You know what I mean?
Armenia.
Yeah. So it's like, listen, Soviet Union, when they had that goalkeeper, shit, what's the name of that guy? Like one of the
Yashin.
best. Yashin. I mean, Soviet Union had a monster national team back then. Same thing with Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia had Czechoslovakia had a great team.
Yeah.
All these teams are great teams until they start breaking up.
Well, George, going back to like the history, I mean, if you look at Sparta Prague, Slavia Prague,
Yes. Yeah.
those teams were very strong. Even back in like I remember in the 80s in Belgium, you had your three top teams. Anderlecht, which was probably one of the hardest teams in Europe to beat. You had Club Brugge and you had Standard Liège. Those three were very difficult. In Switzerland, you had
Anderlecht.
Un-
Anderlecht from Belgium.
Anderlecht was very strong then.
Yeah.
Dude, they were very difficult to beat. Dude, I remember
Oh,
Wolves.
Romania. Steaua Bucharest. Steaua
Steaua
Bucharest from
Bucharest.
Romania.
Yeah, Steaua
Like, they were really
Bucharest.
good.
I went to see a few years back too. I went to actually see a Benfica Anderlecht for a pre-eliminatory from the Champions League.
Oh, that was years
I know.
ago. I remember that.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for that game also.
And even in Portugal, up to last year, you had Sporto. Sporto was a hell of a team. You know what I mean?
Sporto, yeah. So
Porto,
Sporto, yeah.
yeah. You know, like, and now they finally broke off. Now, now you got Sporting, you got Porto, like, like separate entities now. But up to last year, they were together in this battle.
We don't need you to win anything.
No, but we needed you to be Benfica, so we felt a little better,
I see. Agora vai ser a cidade do Porto teaming up e agora o Boa Vista vai lá e derrota lá o Santo Amorim e estraga a festa.
Estraga.
Too funny. All right, guys, let's be
Guys.
out.
It's fucking holy shit. It's 11:15, man.
Vai dormir, pá. Tu mala
No, I
sono.
gotta go take a shower. I gotta go eat something. I gotta go to bed, man. Good night, guys.
Guys.
Hey, listen, guys. It was fun. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll talk Tuesday.
Fine.
All right.
I'll do a live from the party. All right, guys.
All
Good
right,
night.
guys. Have a good one. Ciao.
There you go. Bye.
Bye.